Today we had a wonderful ride on the R1. The leaves are changing already. They're starting to anyway. We took advantage of a beautiful day, and on the way back we stopped by Lincoln Park Airport and saw an all carbon fiber airplane. That was pretty cool. And I always look for unique things at that airport. There's always something: Tundra tires, seaplanes. Today, a carbon fiber plane. It's another beautiful fall day, and our plan is to get out of here super early and get a ride on the R1 today. I'm excited about it. I've been thinking about it all night. I thought about it while I had my coffee. I'm ready. So every day starts off the same when you have a small garage and too many motorcycles. You have to play musical chairs, musical cars, musical motorcycles. I like to always pre-flight the bike, just like you pre-flight an airplane. Mainly check the tires. I've had 2 flats in the last 3 flats in 2 years. So I'm always aware of if I picked up a nail or I picked up a shrapnel or something. And I want to have the bike clean. That's a big part of my enjoyment of motorcycles, is the bike is clean. And I don't want to wind up with a $500 ticket. So I have my Valentine radar detector. And once I do a walk around, once everything's clean and polished, make sure I have as good a preparation as I can for what I hope is going to be an absolutely stunning fall day. Now the only thing left is I got to do the work in the garden. I've got to water the flowers, and we're coming up less than a month from Halloween, and we're still getting zinnias every day. We have fresh flowers at 3 places in the house every day, and we can't use them all. I really have to thank the Nanda Navola for getting us started on the world of zinnias. And Karen, of course, is decorating away. Every room is decorated in the house. She's decorating every room. And we're less than a month from Halloween, and all that extra candy the kids don't get, I get to eat. Oh, we're looking forward to Halloween. We really are. Karen's big on decorating. You guys ever hungry? Never. Never hungry. Having a relatively quiet stock exhaust on his bike is what makes traveling through some of these areas where there's a lot of houses, and now with them laying wires all over the place, and unexpected law enforcement. They don't know you're coming. And with the leaves changing day by day, every day the scenery is just spectacular. and it seems like it's going to be better and better for the next couple of weeks. And I love having these pictures on my computer when there's snow flying outside. And I always think any day I can get out on the open road, 2, 3, even 4 hours, it just makes my whole day. The rest of the day, no matter what happens, I'm happy and I've gotten my exercise. Now, since I put this set of Pirelli tires on, I've been trying to monitor the wear ratio and see if they're any better than the Michelin 2s and 3s, but I'm not far enough into the test that I really can tell, but it does look promising in the beginning. Now, I'm always amazed how some of my friends go for a ride and they don't even notice if there's leaves on the trees, or if the trees are barren, or they pass some beautiful flowers and never even look. I don't know, but I'm always looking around me when I'm sitting in the seat of a motorcycle and seeing the beauty all around me. And today we did have, in some of the shaded spots on the back roads more than anything, some of the places still had some wet spots from early in the morning, the overnight dew, I guess, or the rain. Maybe they had rain up here when it didn't rain by us, but those wet spots, a bike with no traction control, not good. And if you look at the Yamaha Racing Blue in a bright sun, you can see the red reflection on some of the parts where the sun is hitting the pearl part of the paint. I love that color blue. Now, a lot of my friends like to get out on the big highway, double lane highways, and just stay above 100 miles an hour for the whole ride. I like riding on these back roads so much more. I always really enjoy these back roads. I don't know why. There's almost no traffic, and every once in a while a deer or a turtle or something runs out in front of you, but they are just so enjoyable to ride on. And even though there's not a lot of law enforcement in this area most of the time, it's good to have that Valentine. That Valentine changes the whole way that you ride a bike. Now, some of the lakes in this area, just look at how the foliage is changed much quicker here than in Rutherford, because basically at night, I think you're in the mountains here, it gets colder. And one of the nice things about this bike, it's a real R1 with handlebars, and several people have asked me to repeat that, converting a sport bike to handlebars. We may be doing some of that on the next question and answer. I hope I have the time to do that again. And my friend Henry said he likes the time between Halloween and Christmas the best. So, Mr. Moto Guzzi, I agree with you. This is by far the best time of the year. The scenery and the riding temps. And the whole idea of riding this area and the back roads is there's a giant part of the ride. Once I get here, I don't have a car in my field of vision. No vehicles in front, no vehicles in back. And looking back to all the time I spent doing this set of wheels and mixing the custom paint and going through the pigment test and the many hours, I think this went to over 100 hours to do the wheels. Well worth it. And when I finished the wheels and mounted up the tires and looked at it in the bright sun for the first time, I was just so happy. And it matches the rear sets, the logos, the R1 logos, and I just couldn't have been happier with the time that I spent doing that set of wheels. Now, what Karen and I traditionally do is we take one day when the leaves are all changed up in the Harriman Park area, and we take a day and just go sightseeing for the day. And it looks like that day might be coming up pretty soon. But every ride is different. Every ride, the temperature is different than the day before. The roads are wet, the roads are dry, the leaves are changing. It's a cloudy day, it's a sunny day, and that's what makes a day out on the open road worthwhile. It's so unpredictable, and to be honest, it's so much fun. And as every ride on the R1, the miles just go by, the hours go by, and you wonder where the time went. You look down at the clock and you wonder, how did the time go that fast? I don't know. It's magic how fast the time goes. And when I get done testing these Pirelli Angels, it'll be amazing if I can get a good chunk more mileage than I was getting with the Michelin 2s and 3s. That is one of the only things about the bike that's not perfect. But aside from wearing out tires, what I think they should last longer. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe all the tires wear out when you ride aggressively. I don't know. Or on some of these roads, the roads have a very rough surface. I don't know. It's a total mystery to me, tire wear. Now lately what I've been doing is taking the long way back, and the long way for me takes me past Lincoln Park Airport, and in the last month or so, there's just been something there every day. And of course, you have the usual things, the student pilots and that. But I do enjoy seeing some of the unusual planes that are there. And today, I couldn't believe my eyes. There was a carbon fiber plane. Now, I don't know the name and the number and the because I've been out of aviation for probably a long time anyway. Dallas, I'm sure, would know what make and model it is. But these carbon fiber modern planes, they're like sport bikes. They're just gorgeous. The paintwork on them is beautiful. And this is a typical Cessna training plane that they're I was just watching them do takeoffs and touch and goes and stuff for a while. It's good after a 3-hour ride to just watch what's going on here. You see the trees at the end of the runway. That can be a little intimidating sometimes. Anyway, I had to look at this plane. I had to look at it from a lot of different angles. Look on the tail. It says carbon. Now that paintwork would look good on a sport bike. And as I was checking out this paintwork, you know, these carbon fiber planes have no rivets. You could buff that out, block sand it. And there's a lot of videos on YouTube, I know, because I've watched them. Look at the word carbon on the rudder. I've looked at them of how they make these from molds, and oh my God, it's just a thing of beauty. And I wish I was still involved in aviation, but aviation priced me out of the market many years ago, and I can't even imagine what that plane must retail for, or what it costs to just maintain a general aviation plane. And after a nice break, it's time to jump on the R1 and realize how many motorcycles I could buy for what that carbon fiber plane must cost. I wonder if Dallas knows what these cost. Just the avionics in them are 6 figures. But I get a lot of value, a lot of fun, a lot of exercise out of the R1. But unfortunately, even for me, the day is over now, and it's time to turn around and head back to the farm and see what Karen's going to harvest, and check out the rest of she's decorating stuff, pumpkins and stuff all over the house. But I love it. I love being a kid, and Karen makes that happen. Boy, it doesn't really get a lot nicer than this. The leaves are starting to really change. It's been beautiful, beautiful, even along the road and the backgrounds and everything. Just makes the ride like a little free bonus. Anyway, R1, always fun to ride, always reliable. Just a lot of fun to ride. It's the only way I can explain it. It's a good boy. I wish I was such a good boy. Good motorcycle. Been a solid bike. 35,000 miles, reliable as a stone. So this was just a wonderful day, and seeing that plane, and it always brings back memories. And I keep thinking it's got to be better than riding back on Route 80. But every day, one day there were Tundra tires there, and my God, sometime I can't get to see. It looked like they had a J3 in the hangar today, but the hangar was half shut. Anyway, it's uncanny how many people love motorcycles and love aviation too. They kind of go hand in hand. I don't know why, but they do. Anyway, I have my small collection of bikes. I try to ride them as often as possible, get the exercise, hang out with my friends, get a new bike every 10 years whether I need it or not. So I only got 8 years to go. And the friends in this hobby make it so worthwhile. And again, looking at this, that is a beautiful paint job. I am impressed with the paintwork on this plane. So I hope you did enjoy the video. And guys, thanks so much for watching.